Circus Tower. Ah, it is you, my friend. You got up to eager to hear of our progress on the Crystal Tower. Excellent. I'd be disappointed to hear otherwise. Of course, disappointed is the word of the day. It's the word of the day, I fear. I'm ashamed to say that there is nothing worthwhile to report. The suns continue to probe the labyrinth of the ancients, and every day brings new discoveries. Alas, the same cannot be said of the Crystal Tower proper. We've not been able to set so much as a single foot inside it. You will recall how the eight sentinels stood between us and the labyrinth initially. In like manner, the entryway into the principal spire circuit, as Tower the Elegance called it, is also protected by technology far more advanced than our own. Sid and I have tried every trick we know, but without success. Frankly speaking, we are at a loss. It is discouraging, but we cannot give up. There must be a way in. And so the situation stands, my friend. Until we gain entry into the tower, I fear your talent shan't avail us. It will require time that I am loath to waste, but I have a mind to set my people to scoring such ancient texts as we have on hand. Perhaps we can be of assistance. And you are? Be at ease, friends, for we share the self-same goal. I am Mune, and my companion is called Doga. We are scholars of the Elegant civilization, sent by the students of Baldessian to assist in your endeavor. Une and Doga, rather unusual names for this day and age, if I might be forgiven for observing, but I digress. You claim to be here at the students' behest, but we have received nary a word of your coming. Moreover, in light of the recent incident at the Isle of Val, I should think that they have rather more pressing concerns. We can only assume that the message failed to reach you due to some mishap. I assure you that we are here to help. Dor de cabeça. Final Fantasy, né? Final Fantasy, né? Final Fantasy é um personagem muito dor de cabeça. What is it, Graha? It's nothing. Nestas visões, quando tens essa dor de cabeça. It's nothing. There was a pain, but it was subsided. Well, this is rather unexpected. Your right eye is the same as ours. The same? You have the Allegan eye as well? The same when hue is said to be a trait unique to the Allegans, yet I inherited from my father as he did from his. Only one child in a single generation is born with the eye. All my life I have sought to learn the truth of its manifestation. Is there anything you know? I implore you to tell me. My deepest apologies, but we have no answers for you. Only one thing is certain: those who possess the trait are bound by fate to Allah. As your eye has placed you upon the path you walk, so too have we come here to fulfill our destiny. Absurd though it may sound, it is the truth. It seems to me we have naught to lose by accepting their aid. What say you? If that is your wish, then so be it. Yet know that I still mean to verify your story with the students of Baldessian when I am able. I trust there will be no objections. Very well. As of this moment, I name Yune and Doga advisory members of Noah. Without further ado, let us have them examine the circus tower entrance. I promise you'll not have cause to regret your decision. Joseph, I should be much obliged if you were to accompany our new friends to the tower. Biggs and Wedge are presently serving the 8 sentinels. The two of them can show you the way. Upon arrival, pray report to Master Garland. He will brief you on the situation. I shall join you, Joseph. With Une and Doga's knowledge, along with your uncanny knack for setting events in motion, I am fulfilled that we will finally see progress. Well, if it isn't Joseph, eager to enter Circus Tower and kill everything in sight, no doubt. As I'm sure you've already heard, though, the place is locked up tight as a clam. New friends from the students, you say? Excellent. It's been slow going, or rather no going for the chief. He'll appreciate the help. If you'll just follow me, I'll take you to him. Ah, some old faces to lift the spirits, and a couple of new ones besides. Allow me to introduce Sune and Doga. They are scholars of ancient Alak, sent here by our friends of Baldessian to aid in the investigation. We understand you're having trouble circumventing the tower's defenses. It is our hope that we can be of some small assistance. If your anti-air is off to go by, your assistance should prove invaluable indeed. Yes. To begin with, let me tell you where we stand. Beyond rises Sarkis Tower, the principal spire of the strong structure collectively known as the Crystal Tower. The only way to get inside is through the proverbial front door, the imposing gate you see here. The problem is we can't get it open. It's sealed by some mechanism whose workings are an utter mystery to us. Having had no success via more orthodox methods, went at it with everything from a pickaxe to a magitech cannon, nothing so much as a scratch on it. For a blessing, the gate doesn't try to reduce us to ashes like the eight sentinels, but that doesn't make it any less effective a security measure. It, it's fiendishly frustrating in its simplicity. The only clue we have in a elaborate device carved upon it, a man and a woman, respectant, elegant royalty by my judgment. Precisely who those individuals were we cannot say, nor do we know whether the device actually serves a purpose. Like as not, it is purely decorative. If you're thinking of the force that save your strength, it's no use. Just ask the calluses in my hands. Rest assured, we do not mean to waste our strength. Indeed, why should we exert ourselves when the gate will open on its own accord? I, I don't think any of us expected that to happen. Seven hells. What is this? What did you do? What are you? Piercing the heavens and gathering the light, the symbol of mankind's glory and might. Its virtue guarded by gates impregnable, only to those of royal blood answerable, exactly as passed down through legend I am delighted to see. Beg pardon for interrupting your bewilderment. I couldn't help but notice the remarkable playthings you have acquired. Nero? You're still alive? Garland, if I didn't know better, I would say you weren't happy to see me. Ah, but I jest. In light of our recent meetings, you have every right to be wary. But rest assured, I am no longer a threat to you. My legion is, for all intents and purposes, defunct, and my association with it means that Titanus awaits me back in Garlemald. And so I've been roaming this land Eorzea, regular itinerant. In the course of my wanderings, I chanced to catch wind of your latest venture. It sounded positively fascinating, and so I decided to come here and join you. After the wrongs you've committed, you think is that gullible? If you are suspicious of my intent, it, it is only my just deserts. But I am determined to make amends. As a gesture of goodwill, I will share with you what I know, starting with these two odd characters. As you are doubtless already aware, the Crystal Tower was a symbol of ancient Talax's might and prosperity. Entry was permitted only to royalty and a select few individuals. According to the records I've unearthed, only royal blood can open the gate. In other words, the Emperor and his progeny were living keys. You mean to say that these two are descended from elegant royalty? Oh, I suggest nothing so glamorous. To put it plain, they are imitations of royalty, living keys born of elegant ingenuity. They're clones! Clones, I believe, is the name your creators gave your kind. Is that not so? It would seem that the time for concealment is past. Pray accept our apologies. It was not our intent to deceive. We simply wish to avoid causing undue alarm by prematurely making what many would consider deranged claims. If it please you, let us return to the eight sentinels. There is much and more to tell. Very well. Seven hells, do you seriously mean to follow us around? Come, Garland, you know me better and to think that I spoke in jest. What more will it take for us to be reconciled? A gift, perhaps? An elegant tombstone. It holds the information I just shared with you and a deal more besides. It used to be the jealousy guarded property of the 14th Legion, but it's yours now. I wish you the joy of it. I look forward to working together, old friend. If you are ready to listen, we shall tell you all. As it pertains closely to your investigation, your lead, Rambros may wish to be present. Before we begin, pray allow me to apologize again. It was not our intent to deceive you. As you will have already gathered, we are not scholars sent by the students of Baldassian. Nay, we are clones, copies of people who once existed, given life through elegant technology. This is rather a lot to take in. If it would not be considered unseemly, might I ask why you and yours were created, and more specifically, what is it that you now seek to do? Answering your questions requires that we revisit elegant history. Pray bear with us. The Alagan Empire reached its zenith long before our kind came into being. In that glorious age, the Crystal Tower stood tall as the symbol of elegant pride. Parents took their children there that they might learn how the nine limitless energies produced brought prosperity to the whole empire. That prosperity, however, bred decadence, and the empire began to show signs of stagnation. This decline was made all the more rapid for want of strong leadership. In a matter of generation, and the civilization became a pale shadow of its former self. Its once gleaming cities fell into despair, and its frontiers ends were given over to the wilderness. Lamenting the pitiful state of affairs, one technologist made it his mission to restore Alag to greatness. Amon was his name, and he believed that the ailing empire wanted for but a potent ruler, and it was more potent than its founding father, whom he sought to resurrect. The founding father? You cannot mean him Emperor Sunday. None other. As part of his experiment, someone created clones of the Emperor's descendants. We are the products of that experiment, copies of Une and Doga. Historical texts mention the reigns of two Alagan emperors named Xander. It was commonly believed that the second was the namesake of the first. After all, such a custom is not uncommon among royalty and commoners alike. To think that the two were in fact one and the same. Xander returned from the grave and assumed his throne once more, and true to Amon's prediction, the Emperor restored his realm to the glory it once knew. Would that he could have been satisfied with that. In his previous life, the Emperor desired to bring the entire world under Alagan dominion, an ambition that ultimately went unfulfilled. Having been granted a second chance, he was determined to succeed. Realizing that he needed more power to wage his war of conquest, Sunday turned his sights towards a forbidden source, darkness. In order to learn how to harness this power, he converted the Crystal Tower into a restricted research facility. Darkness again? Seven hells, what is it with megalomaniacal rulers turning to darkness in their lust for power? Well, at least this one won't be bothering us, being 1,000 of years dead and all. Who that you were right, Master Garland. Alas, Emperor Zenda is very much alive. Within Circus Tower he still abides, his ambition burning all the more ardently from his empire's collapse. Wielding the power of darkness requires prodigious amounts of energy that not even the Crystal Tower could produce. In order to augment the shortfall, Dalamud was created and launched into the heavens. On high it hung, gathering the sun's energy and channeling it to the tower below. However, a miscalculation resulted in a surge of energy that escaped into the land. This triggered an earthquake of unprecedented violence, the calamity that ushered in the Fourth Umbrella Era. In the blinking of an eye, the mighty Halagan Empire was laid to waste. Yet, even as the Crystal Tower was sinking into the earth, the technologist Amon, now Emperor Zande's closest aide, invoked powerful magics and halted the flow of time. Every soul within the structure, the Emperor included, was placed in a deep slumber. That state they were to remain until the time was ripe to awaken. Earth came and went. After millennia laying dormant, Dalamud was summoned back to the Earth. Its descent triggered the Seventh Umbral Calamity, in the wake of which the Crystal Tower re-emerged. At that moment, Emperor Zande awakened. In his lust for power, the Emperor consorted with darkness and was seduced by its corrupting influence. Even though his empire is no little more than a fading memory, he will stop at nothing to see his ambition realized. It is for no other purpose but to put an end to Zande's madness that we exist. This is the mantle we have inherited from our namesakes, the true Une and Doga. Fearing what might befall the world, the two of them sought towards the Emperor. They gave us they gave unto us their will that we might carry on their mission should they fall. When we came to our senses within the crystal tower, we deliberated a course of action. Concluding that we alone could not overcome Xander, we struck out to find a worthy ally. It has taken years, but our search is finally over. It is no ordinary man who can cut path through the labyrinth of the ancients. With you as our champion, Joseph, we are confident that we can end Xander's dark ambition once and for all. Well, that'll teach me for speaking too soon. Setting my charge aside, I see why you knew about the students of Baldessian among a host of other things. You are observing our investigation the whole time. So, what will we do, Joseph? The world's in grave danger again, and it just so happens you're an expert at saving it. You have our eternal gratitude. Together, let us see the Allegan Empire's dark past laid to rest. It has been our mission to recover the long-lost knowledge of the Allagan civilization, but what worth is that knowledge if it means subjugating the realm to peril? Truth be told, it pains me to think that a tower's secrets may become lost to us, but the greater good must ever come first. Besides, no quantity of ancient relics can compare to our friends Sune and Oga, living, breathing alliance. And so I hereby declare a change in Noah's objective. Henceforth we shall direct all efforts towards sealing the circus tower. Its dark secrets must never know the light of day. Joseph, as you did for us within the labyrinth of the ancients, I would have you enter the structure and eliminate hostile elements. Suffice it to say, this includes Emperor Xander himself. Meanwhile, the rest of us shall examine ways to isolate the circus tower from the outside world. To work then. Wait, there is something I must know. My right eye is like yours. Does this mean you inherited the trait from your father, you said? Know that clones are unable to bear offspring. You have no cause for concern. The Allagan eye you called it, but to us is the royal eye, owing to the effect that the trait manifests only in those possessed of royal blood. I cannot well explain why the eye runs in your line, but I am disinclined to think it's a coincidence. Though you are doubtless impatient to learn the truth, pray have patience. All will be revealed in due time. My apologies if I've given you cause to worry. I am quite well, I assure you. As you can appreciate, there has been much for me to think on. But now is the time for action, not idle thoughts. Circus Tower awaits us. Your task is to eliminate all hostile elements within the structure, Xander himself included. This will afford us the chance to seal off the facility. May the crystal grant you strength. Circus Tower now accessible. You fight valiantly, mortals, but to no avail. Absolute darkness draws nigh. Soon it will be unleashed, and all shall return to you. Life is a circus, a complete circus. che produzione da item del CPT, tutta musica, fico toda bugada. Joseph, you did it! You defeated Emperor Sunday. Empires may rise and fall, but men's indefatigable spirit ever lives on. Truly, you are the champion we had hoped for, Joseph. With Emperor Sunday now at eternal rest, his dark legacy may be undone. What are you playing at now, Nero? In case you haven't noticed, Garland, these are dangerous surrounds. Can a man be faulted for exercising due caution? At any rate, you need to mind me. I am perfectly capable of looking after myself. Go on and finish what you came to do. There are two ways that we may seal off Circus Tower, either isolate it from the outside world or cripple its ability to produce energy. The choice of method is yours to make. Before you proceed, however, Doga and I must needs attend to a task. That distortion, what is it? The power that's on this software thing comes from the void, the world of darkness, our people called it. And the true nature of that power was none other than the armies of Void Scent. Void Scent feeds on ether, as you may already know, and no planet is richer in it than ours. In exchange for their allegiance, Sunday entered into an unholy covenant. He would open a gate through which the Void Scent could freely enter our world. The covenant, I'm afraid to say, is still in effect. However, being of the Emperor's lineage, Yune and I believe that we can annul it. By his blood, Sunday sealed this dark pact. By our blood, it shall be undone. It is time. Yes, Doga. Finally, we may fulfill our purpose. It's poetic. Ah, be still, my breathing heart. For a moment, I feared that this outing would end in disappointment, but my reading was not mistaken. Not even the ultimate weapon compares to this. What are you going on about? Covenant is everlasting. Oh God. Dor de cabeça. Claro, tem que ser. Os protagonistas não podem ter dor de cabeça. Final Fantasy. As so Marakidia is brought into the fold, soon all the world shall be united under Alagan rule. And yet, with every dream that becomes reality, the memory of death grows ever more vivid, an endless void bereft of light and warmth. Though I may have defeated death, it did not leave me unscathed. Nay, its revining claws have scarred my soul for eternity. Never shall I know peace. Beings without will, you cannot fathom my rage, my melancholy, my fear. What worth is wealth and power when all must inevitably be consigned to nothingness? If man has nothing, he need not know the pain of loss. So let there be nothing. Harvest more power that the gate may be thrown full open. Let the cloud of darkness come and engulf the world, devouring all life, hopes, and dreams. Let all be returned to nothingness. Já passou a dor de cabeça. Joseph, pull yourself together. He said no went to them? What in the seven hells is happening? Ai, dor de cabeça também. Not now, damn it. Nero, were they part of your grand plan too? Save your jabs, Garland. I didn't put up with your arrogant face to play with worthless clones. Something controls them. A void sent and no ordinary one at that. Yoga! Push back. Push back, Frederica. You found it! Without them there's no way to master the darkness. The power is mine! Mira! The covenant shall be honored. I am the cloud of darkness. I shall devour your light and return this world to the void. Damn it, the rift is gone. What are we supposed to do now? As much as it pains me to live without them, there's precious little we can do. Let us return to the fine and consult Rambros. Alright.